As more schools begin to reopen for in-person learning, students and teachers are getting ready for a very different environment.
St. Denis School in Madison reopened its doors back in September, and today, Jamie Perez visited again. She shares advice from their principal on what worked well in this very strange year.
We know that as schools begin to reopen, the school staff are responsible for making sure that CDC guidelines are followed so that the kids can be healthy and safe. But we know that a part of that is in the hands of some of the unsung heroes inside these walls.
These were a hot commodity, very hard to get a hold of.
Of the 5 years that Phil Burr has worked at St. Denis School, none of them have looked quite like this.
It's been a real ride, but it's been very worth it.
Responsible for cleaning the entire school, Phil spends most of his shift disinfecting everything.
Having to do that every morning. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it because in the end it protects them. And if they're protected, I'm protected.
His diligence has made the return to school more comfortable for first grade teacher Megan Reichel.
I was very hesitant when we first started back just because everything was so unknown. But Mr. Beiser and the custodians did a wonderful job making it feel very safe to come back.
You have the plan, but putting it into place is a whole nother thing. I mean, that plan we started with was not the plan it is right now.
Principal Matt Beiser said he's proud to have Phil on his team, but also thankful for everyone at the school making this year run smoothly, even with reported cases of COVID.
Telling us the minute they know there's a possible exposure, so by the time they're even tested, we've already had them quarantined.
Beiser said more than 250 kids are learning in person with just 11 learning virtually. Classroom sizes average about 20 kids per class. Beiser said the school shut down just once when a teacher tested positive.
It was more of a precautionary than a need. We had a teacher that got positive, and we were coming off a couple-day break, so I chose to extend that and go virtual for 4 extra days. And by doing that, that helped us avoid any major shutdown.
Beiser said being overly cautious has been key to his school running smoothly, and Phil is helping maintain that.
These kids are like my kids. So to keep them safe is kind of like keeping my family safe.
Phil is amazing. Phil has gone above and beyond anybody that you would ever imagine. So if you put everybody else at a 10 for what we're trying to do to keep everything safe, Phil's like at a 20 plus.
In Madison, I'm Jamie Perez.
Gives a guy a sense of importance that you're really needed and you have a purpose.
News 3 now.
Beiser's advice to schools that will be reopening in the coming weeks is to be transparent, be good communicators, and be willing to adapt your reopening plans.
In the past